League champion.
Good evening, folks. We're live at Cardinal O'Hara High School for the decisive, Game 5 of the 2021 Delco League Championship Series. The old cliche when folks ask if it's hot enough for you, it is more than hot enough for everyone out here. One of the hottest days of the summer. And we've got the biggest game of the year, Game 5, winner take all. Tonight, one team will leave with the Charlie Kress Trophy. Either the Aston Valley Knights or the homestanding Upper Darby Blue Sox. We're just about ready to get started here. We'll go through the lineups as we go. On the mound for Upper Darby, the Game 1 starter, left-hander Luke D'Ambrosio. From the windup, he's ready. He will face Matt Domian. First pitch misses, and we're underway a little bit early. Trying to maximize the daylight and get a winner. The 1-0 rather has popped up down the first base side. It looks like Joey Super, the first baseman, comes in. He'll field it in foul territory. And there's one quick out here in the first inning.
Batting to the bench, the second baseman, number 5, Jared Carney.
So I'll bring up Jared Carney. Carney playing second base as per usual. First pitch from D'Ambrosio misses for ball 1. This is outside 2-0 in Game 1 of the series. D'Ambrosio went 3 innings. He allowed 1 run. It was unearned. He did not allow a hit. Struck out 3 and walked 4. Ultimately took the loss in that game as Aston Valley won 5-1. Gets that one over. 2-1 the count. There's an off-speed pitch in for a strike. 2-2. It is impossible to keep anything dry up here. It's about 95 degrees and like somewhere between 300% and 400% humidity. D'Ambrosio misses up and away. So 3-2 the count to Carney. Pitch is inside, so Carney is aboard with a walk. Tonight's first base runner.
Batting for the Knights, the catcher, number 2, number 18, Aiden Duda.
So Aiden Duda comes to the plate.
Luke D'Ambrosio.
Looks like Brett Lesher waiting on deck. Duda swings at the first pitch, hits it out towards second. They try to tag Carney. They don't get the tag in, and the throw pulls Super off the bag. So instead of a potential double play, nobody is retired. It'll be an error on Steve Tyson. Tried to tag Jared Carney, missed, and then made a poor throw to first. So instead of possibly being out of the inning, D'Ambrosio from the stretch, he's got 2 on and 1 out, and that is Lesher batting cleanup. Takes a called strike. The 0-1. That one is hit up our way in foul territory. And we're going to charge the fans with an error over there. They very easily could have kept that ball from going into the woods, so we're going to call that E-commish. The league commissioner, President Nick Ducombe up here, couldn't make the play. Going to have to go back to those drills. The 0-2 from D'Ambrosio. Pop foul. back towards the vehicles. Crowd still filling in here at Cardinal O'Hara. Bit of an early start time, but again, it is of the utmost importance that we try to get as much baseball in as we can and have enough time to finish the ball game. The 0-2. And that hits Lesher on the leg. So without a base hit, Aston Valley has loaded the bases. Now last night, we resumed game 4. The Knights had runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs twice. But instead, it was Upper Darby that came through with the win. The Aston Valley team, a little shell-shocked. They needed to come out early and put some runs on the board. They've got an opportunity here. It looks like Quentin Ivey stepping in, and he tries to check his swing. It's strike 1. Bases loaded. D'Ambrosio still working from the stretch. The 0-1, breaking ball. That's to second, to Tyson. Over to second for 1. The throw to first in time! A huge double play. And now the Blue Sox are fired up. Bases loaded, 1 out. No runs for Aston Valley. No runs, no hits. There was 1 error. They leave 2 through half an inning. It's Aston Valley nothing. Upper Darby coming to bat. You are listening to Game 5. The winner-take-all Game 5 of the Delco League Championship Series, live on DelcoLeague.com. Bottom half of the first inning, nothing. Aston Valley had bases loaded and 1 out. Luke D'Ambrosio induces the double play ball to get out of it unscathed. Trevor Jump on the mound for Aston Valley. The right-hander threw 6 strong innings in Game 1 right here at Cardinal O'Hara. He's back 6 days later. His first pitch to Sammy Berman. Misses outside. Berman playing center field tonight, wearing number 3 instead of his customary 26. It's the 1-0 in for a called strike. Jump winds the 1-1. Up and in. Two and 1 the count to Berman. Hitting .357 in the series. He's walked 3 times. Fouls that one straight back, 2-2. I mentioned the high temperatures, the high humidity. There is, I'll call it a persistent attempt at a breeze blowing. Not enough to blow the leaves around, but you can certainly feel it a little bit on your skin. As we are up the third baseline in the one shaded area of the ballpark. 2-2 fouled back. Our thanks and our apologies to those, again, within earshot for allowing us to carve out a little space here for a makeshift broadcast studio. Last night we broadcasted from the bleachers over at Aston Valley High School. 2-2 to Berman. Jump winds. Chopped on the ground at first, but it's foul. And another error, this time by first base coach Izzy Mena. We'll have to add that to his stat line after his shutout inning in Game 3. Quick series reset after Berman's at bat here. Jump kicks, 2-2, fouled off. We'll do it again, 2-2 pitch. That one's taken outside, it's ball 3, the count goes full. Tonight, the final night of the season, hopefully, and we'll leave it at that. The 3-2 pitch, that one misses. So Sammy Berman is aboard with a leadoff walk.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the first baseman, number 13, Joe Super.
So last Saturday, what feels like an eternity ago, again, it was 6 days. Trevor Jump on the same mound, 6 innings, no runs, 4 hits, 7 strikeouts. Helped lead Aston Valley to a 5-1 win on the road. Joe Supa up, lays down a butt. It's fielded by Jump. He'll have to hurry. Did they get it just in time? Supa with that head-first dive. He probably should have run through the bag. You always see guys try to slide in. You always hear them say, it's actually faster to run through the bag. And every time they continue to slide, Supa may have had a chance had he run through the bag. Instead, he dives in. He'll get credit for the sacrifice bunt. So a man in scoring position with 1 out. Steve Tyson steps in. Takes the first pitch low and away. In Game 2, Upper Darby had a 6-4 lead after 6. But in the top of the 7th, Aston Valley scored 4 times to take an 8-6 lead. The Blue Sox responded with 3 in the bottom of the 7th. Joe Supa hit a ground ball with 2 outs and a man on third. An error led him to be safe as Tyson takes the ball. The winning run scored and the series was tied at 1-1. Tuesday at Aston Valley was the Chris Murphy show. A shutout, 2 hits, 11 strikeouts. As Aston Valley won 6-0, they scored 6 runs in the second inning, all but 1 unearned. And his jump winds. Tyson takes upstairs. Game 4 Wednesday night. Aston Valley took an early lead, but a couple of home runs, the only ones we've had in the series so far. Gave Upper Darby a 3-1 lead. A 2-run double by Jared Carney tied it up. And then before we could start the bottom of the 6th, the storm clouds rolled in. Jump from the stretch. Tyson takes high, and he is aboard with a walk. So 2 men aboard, both of the free pass variety. Jump only allowed 3 in 6 innings of work on Saturday. And now it's Upper Darby with some runners aboard with 1 out. There have been runners on base throughout the series. Through 4 games, Aston Valley has left a whopping 26 men aboard. And Upper Darby says, hold our beer, we've left on 32. So a lot of opportunities gone by the wayside in this series. But on Wednesday night, the storm cloud rolled in, and it wasn't the rain but the darkness that prevented the completion of the game. We went back there to Sun Valley last night. Aston Valley, again, a couple of chances to win the championship. Couldn't scratch the winning run across Upper Darby with 2 in the 9th to win in extras 5-3, and that's where we are right now. 2 games apiece. Christian Strickland at the plate, takes outside. So Aston Valley and Upper Darby have alternated wins, but whoever gets tonight's game is going to get a trophy for it. So it all comes down to this one. Jump kicks. That one is ripped out past the no, a diving stop by Brett Lesher. The throw to first in time to double up Tyson. I thought it had gotten by Lesher. He snagged it. Some great defense from him out at shortstop in the first game here at Cardinal O'Hara. He flashes the leather again, makes an unbelievable catch, a great throw across the infield to double up Tyson, and that will retire the side. We're through 1 full inning. We've had 2 double plays, but no runs at 0-0 between Upper Darby and Aston Valley. Live from Cardinal O'Hara High School, Game 5 of the Delco League Finals. Top half of the second inning. No score between Aston Valley and Upper Darby, Game 5 of the finals. It'll be Shane Kelleher leading it off for Aston Valley.
Left fielder number 8, Shane Kelleher.
First pitch misses for ball 1. We talked about Trevor Jump's pitching performance, and we talked about Chris Murphy. Upper Darby had an all-time performance in Game 4. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about it, as D'Ambrosio throws a breaking ball, soft liner, snagged by Tyson, 1 away. On Wednesday night, Johnny Gonzalez got the start for the Blue Sox. Through 5 innings, allowed 3 runs, struck out 3. It allowed 5 hits. Took the ball again last night through 4 shutout innings, 2 hits, 3 strikeouts. As Jacob Stretch swings at the first pitch, pops it up to left. Alex Berman over just into the shaded area of left, kind of deep left field corner, makes the catch. So it's 2 quick outs for D'Ambrosio. But Gonzalez threw 5 innings on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday. And he kept his team in the series and got a win that will be remembered, especially if Upper Darby wins this championship, in Delco League lore for a long, long time. First pitch from Luke D'Ambrosio, low for a ball. Gonzalez put himself firmly in the MVP discussion should the Blue Sox win tonight. In the dirt, Roman Tazi, the batter, out there in center field tonight. Upper Darby manager Dave Jordan joked with the Daily Times that Gonzalez was already in the card for Game 5 tonight. He was out there warming up the pitcher between innings, but he's here and he's in uniform as Tazi takes a strike. So it's all hands on deck. Any juice you got left in the tank, any bullets left in the chamber are at the disposal of both Dave Jordan and Mark Spiro from Aston Valley. The pitch in the dirt. Tazi takes for a ball. Swung on and missed. That one's in the dirt, so Tazi draws the walk.
Now batting for the Knights, the designated hitter, number 33, Dante DiSabatino.
So Dante DiSabatino, the 9-hole hitter, the designated hitter for Aston Valley. He steps in. He's got a runner on first, 2 outs, throw over. Tazi back safely.
Hey, Dad, I said hi.
First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Runner goes. Pitch is taken for a ball, and now they've got him hung up. He stopped. Slide back safely into first. Tazi got caught off of second base last night on a ground ball back to the pitcher. Made the second out in the 7th inning. He would have represented the championship winning run. That is how close it was for Aston Valley. And now Tazi dances off the bag, not the least bit cowed by what just happened. Ball's ripped out towards center field. Coming in on it is Sammy Berman. Then he'll reach up, and that'll get in on him in a hurry, but he'll make the catch. And that'll retire the side. No runs. Hits, errors, 1 left. An inning and a half in the books. No score between Aston Valley and Upper Darby. Vince Gasparo to lead it off for Upper Darby here in the home half of the second. First pitch, taken for ball 1. No score yet between the Knights of Aston Valley and the Blue Sox of Upper Darby. I say that. I think Knights of Aston Valley would be a better team name, actually. They should use that. Gasparo takes it low. It actually sounds like the name of a book series. Nobody steal that idea. 2-0 the count to Vince Gasparo. Alex Berman on deck. Gasparo pops it up. It's out to left center. It looks like Tazi still going back. Finally reaches up over his shoulder and makes the catch. That ball carried a little bit. Now, Charlie Manuel, former Phillies manager, eternal Philadelphia area legend, always called this time of year hitting season. When it's humid and hot, the air is heavier, you would think it's tougher to get the ball through the air. Instead, it actually holds it up longer. And on a night like tonight, you're not going to get it hotter or more humid. And that ball just kept going. So that'll bring up Berman. Only hitting a .143 in the series. However, those 2 hits that he's got, a double and a 2-run home run. So he certainly made the total bases count, slugging .429. Takes a called strike. Trevor jumped back on the bump. Looked like he almost lost his balance. Still came home with it. Pitch misses. Now, if there were runners on base, it would be very interesting to see what that call would have been if it would have been a balk. We had a pivotal balk last night. The winning run, it turned out, was balked in. It's a called strike. Gasparo, with that out, drops his batting average to .500 for the series. Jump winds. Pitch fouled back. Berman, the left fielder, bats from the left side. Pitch from jump is upstairs. Activity in the Upper Darby bullpen. Tonight's starter is the Game 1 starter, Luke D'Ambrosio. Getting loose, Game 2 starter, Tom Derrer. And he is throwing with a purpose, so you imagine that D'Ambrosio is finished for the night and that Derrer will be the next arm that Aston Valley faces the second time through the order. And that may be the plan. As I mentioned, all hands on deck. A called third strike. Berman is down on strikes. The first strikeout victim for either side tonight. But the idea with that recent baseball adage/approach about going through the lineup, how many times you send a guy through the order. Well, D'Ambrosio has gone one full time through the order, and I imagine his night is done. Jumps first pitch to the third baseman, Max Anastasio, a called strike. Anastasio, 1 for 12 in the series. He's got a walk and an RBI. But that will all go by the wayside if you can get on base here. Because it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Pitch misses low. Although I will say that how you start dictates when you finish. As Upper Darby did not have the best start to the series, but managed to come away with a split of the 2 games here at home. As Anastasio takes low. Through the first 4 games of the series, Aston Valley outscoring Upper Darby 22-15. And that one is ripped through the left side for a base hit, so there you go. Max Anastasio is a 2-out base runner. So Brendan Ricciardi steps in. He is a designated hitter. Looks to me like Aston Valley with some changes to the lineup. They've had some players in and out over the course of the series as Ricciardi takes high. But tonight they've shuffled the batting order around. Upper Darby, they finished second this year. A ways behind Wayne, but still good enough for a bye. And the second seed got them home field advantage against 4-seeded Aston Valley here. And Dave Jordan, basically, if it ain't broke, he's not trying to break it. He's got the same lineup for all 5 games as Ricciardi. Hits a fly ball. That one's deep out to right center. Back at the fence. He's not going to get it. It drops and hits the wall. Anastasio rounds third. He will score a stand-up double for Brendan Ricciardi. Upper Darby strikes first. It's 1-0. And like I said, Max Anastasio hasn't had the best series at the plate, but if he got a hit there, we'd forget all about the 1 for 12. Well, he keeps hitting alive. Ricciardi hits one about as far as you can hit one without leaving the yard in that direction. And it's 1-0 Blue Sox. First run Trevor Jump has allowed in now 8 2/3, or 7 2/3 rather, in the series as Matt Query takes the ball. Query had a hit last night. He pops one up, foul out of play. He has played in every game of the series. He is 1 for 7 with 3 runs scored. He has walked 5 times and been hit by a pitch. So he's hitting 143, his on base percentage of .538, 400 points higher. You don't usually see that. But with a small sample size, you get some funny numbers. Hits that one foul out of play, 1-2. Top of the order, Sammy Berman on deck, should Query get aboard. Called third strike. Query goes down looking to end the inning. But the Blue Sox draw first blood, an RBI double from Brendan Ricciardi. 1 run, 2 hits. There were no errors, and they leave 1-2 full. Down, 5 to go. Upper Darby 1, Aston Valley nothing. Top of the order for Aston Valley, and they'll do it against a new pitcher, Tom Derrer, making his second appearance of the series. First pitch to first baseman Matt Domian is in for a strike. Derrer went the distance in Game 2. A fairly unsightly stat line as Domian fouls one towards the Upper Darby dugout. Went the distance through all 7 innings. 8 runs, 5 of them earned. 4 of them coming in the 7th inning. 7 hits, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks, but he got the win, and he saved some bullpen usage for the Blue Sox, and he's coming out of the bullpen tonight. And that one misses. That's like short. It looks like the ball may have hit the umpire in the chest. Everyone kind of milling about. Strickland walks the ball back to the mound. So Luke D'Ambrosio started through 2 innings. Left with the lead that he'll get a no decision, as he did not pitch the required 5 innings for a decision, or rather 4 innings in a 7-inning game. The Domian takes inside. But D'Ambrosio throwing from the left side, Derer coming hard from the right as we go through the Aston Valley order a second time. Pitch misses for a ball. Now, I don't know if that's by design, but if you're going to try to mix things up, that's kind of how you do it, as Domian swings and misses, and Derer strikes out the first batter he faces for out number 1.
Now batting to the right, the second baseman, number 5, Jared Carney.
So I'll bring up Jared Carney. He walked his first time up. Carney and Domian, 2 of the 3 guys on the Aston Valley roster who were part of the Knights' last championship back in 2017, along with pitcher Donovan Davis, who I believe is coaching third base as we speak. Carney took the first pitch for a ball, the 1-0. Misses outside, 2-0. After Derer finished his warm-up pitches, Grayson Walker, the Game 3 starter, who only threw a few innings in that one, he threw 2 as Carney hits that one a long way, back to left. Berman at the fence. That ball is gone. Jared Carney staking his claim to a possible MVP award. A solo home run. We're tied. It's 1-1. Carney not known for his power stroke, batting in that 2-hole. But he had a couple of big doubles in Game 4. First hit of the ball game for the Knights. Now first pitch swing is Duda. That's on the ground to short. It's dropped by Query. The throw gets away from Supa. Duda trips over Supa's foot. And as the ball goes out of play, Duda will be awarded second base. So after the home run by Carney, an error by Query, and now there's a runner on second with 1 out. And look who's up in the bullpen. It's Sticks himself, number 11, Johnny Gonzalez, getting loose. Second error of the ball game for Upper Darby. They've made 7 in the series before tonight, as Derek gets one over to Brett Lesher for strike 1. Lesher swings, fouls it off. But Grayson Walker threw 2 innings on Tuesday night. So now we've seen all 4 starters for Upper Darby in this series start to throw a little bit. Walker has sat back down, and it's Gonzalez that's throwing. There's pitch. That one's hit a long way out to left. Berman's going back again. That one is gone. A 2-run home run by Brett Lesher. And Aston Valley, just like that, has taken a 3-1 lead here in the top half of the third. The majority pro Upper Darby crowd stunned. The Upper Darby bench stunned. Aston Valley showing some life for the first time in a while. Now Quentin Ivey hits one out to center. Coming in on it is Berman. He'll get there and he'll make the catch on a bit of a sinking line drive. So after 2 balls, absolutely smoked off the bats of Carney and Lesher, Ivey almost gets away with a Texas leaguer instead. Berman uses his speed to make the play. So Shane Kelleher steps in, 2 outs, base is empty. Pitch from Derer. Misses. So that will close Luke D'Ambrosio's line for the entire series, and it's quite an interesting one as Kelleher takes the ball. Swung on and missed. D'Ambrosio, 5 innings pitched, 1 run allowed, no earned runs, no hits, 3 strikeouts, 6 walks, a hit batter and a wild pitch, a loss and a no decision. Another fly ball deep. This time it's Sammy Berman going back in center. He looks like he has room. He makes the catch on the run, and that will retire the side. But a home run by Jared Carney, a 2-run home run by Brett Lesher. Upper Darby scored 1 in the second. Aston Valley answers with 3 in the third. The Knights lead at 3-1. It's Game 5 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Advantage Aston Valley with Trevor Jump on the mound. He's got a 3-1 lead, bottom of the third. Top of the order, Sammy Berman, Joey Supa, and Steve Tyson do up for Upper Darby. The Blue Sox grab the momentum with a 2-out single by Anastasio and a double by Ricciardi, but Jared Carney put a jolt into one to tie it, and Brett Lesher jolted one even harder to take the lead. A called strike to Berman. We're underway here in the third. This is Game 5. This is the end of the road. The last final game of the year. As Berman takes a called strike. One of these teams will leave here ruining missed opportunities. The other will leave here with a trophy. I will say, fair to say, both teams likely to leave with some beers in hand. Just whether or not they're enjoying it remains to be seen. Berman taps one foul. Thanks for tuning in. Glad to be able to provide the action for those of you who can't or would prefer not to be out in these conditions. Jump winds. Pitch. That one is poked out towards third, but Stretch waits for it, makes the catch. Had a number of those soft liners on those off-speed pitches. So one down for Joey Supa. Sacrifice bunt for Supa in the first. Called strike. Fans lining the first base and third base sides here at Cardinal O'Hara. Supa takes another strike. The way the field is laid out, there is an out-of-play line painted in a straight line down along the edge right before a hill. There's hills on each side to prevent players from injuring themselves trying to go up a hill to chase a ball in the air as Supa takes in the dirt. So the fans kind of lining the out-of-play line. We've got some fans creating their own bleachers out beyond the left field fence. There are a couple bleachers there. There are even more cars and trucks parked with people in the flatbed as Supa takes strike 3. So he is retired for out number 2, third strikeout of the game for Trevor Jump. So Steve Tyson is in. He walked and was doubled off his first time up. But we get a lot of flatbeds with some camping chairs, some beach chairs, almost as many coolers as people out in left field. Those folks have the right idea as Tyson ducks out of the way of ball 1. Strickland on deck should Tyson get aboard. Jump set at the letters, winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Tyson way out in front. 1-1 the count to the Upper Darby second baseman. Coming into the game, hitting .375 in the series, 6 hits, all singles, 3 RBI. Pitches in the dirt. I lied. Tyson had a solo home run in Game 4. I don't mean to deny him of that feat, but he and Alex Berman homered in Game 4 for Upper Darby. The first 2 homers in the series. Aston Valley answered with a pair tonight. The ball is jumping here at O'Hara. Fouled back out of play. A game played in April, those balls might not leave the yard, but here in August, they are not coming back. Jump winds the pitch. That one's hit out towards right field. It's down the line. That's going to get down in front of Quentin Ivey, and he drops it. Tyson's going to dig for second, slides in safely. A single and an error for Steve Tyson. Rather, a single for Tyson and an error on Ivey. And that'll bring up the tying run in the person of Christian Strickland. First error of the night for Aston Valley. Ivey had some trouble picking it up. First pitch to the Upper Darby catcher, taken for a ball. Strickland 3 out of 13 in the series. He's got an RBI, but he's got an RBI opportunity here. Takes strike 1. Like I said, you can take those stats at what they're worth, but tonight everybody starts fresh. You could be 0 for 5, 0 for 10, 0 for 20. But if you get a big hit tonight, none of that matters. Jump spins, nobody at second. Tyson trots back. Runner fakes like he's going to second and then stops. Pitch is low for a ball. Tyson, I mentioned the balk last night. Tyson actually brought that balk about with some chicanery at third base. I'll tell you about that in a second. His jump from the stretch, his pitch. Strickland takes strike 2. Jack Liberio was on the mound for Aston Valley. When he came set, Tyson went about a fifth of the way off the bag at third and made a big show of it. Liberio flinched. It looked like a little bit like he was leaning. They call a balk and allowed Tyson to score what turned out to be the winning run. Strickland swings, misses. He is down on strikes, second of the inning, fourth of the game for Trevor Jump, and the side is retired. We had a hit and an error, but no runs and 1 man left. 3 in the books. It's Aston Valley 3, Upper Darby 1. This is it. This is Game 5 of the Delco League Finals right here on DelcoLeague.com. Jacob stretch, swings at the first pitch, hits that one all the way in to the left field corner. He will pull up at second base. He's got a leadoff double. Aston Valley with a 3-1 lead here in the fourth. They're looking to add more. Tom Derrer back on the mound for Upper Darby. And Johnny Gonzalez back up in the bullpen. Roman Tazi walked his first time up. Takes ball one. 3 runs on now 3 hits. 1 error, 3 left for Aston Valley. 1 run on 3 hits, 2 errors, and 2 left for Upper Darby through the first 3 innings. Now Tazi squares the bunt, and instead of pulling the bat back, he swings at the ball. Not exactly what they teach you in small ball school. Needless to say, he misses, and it's a strike. Tazi batting from the left side. Derrer from the stretch kicks and delivers. Swung on and missed in the more conventional way. So 2 strikes to Tazi. Dante DeSabatino waiting on deck. Up and in, just misses Tazi, so he stays alive. Looks like Sean Donahue starting to stretch for Upper Darby. As I said, all hands on deck. Whatever you've got in the tank, they're going to use it. Swung on and missed. Tazi down on strikes. Tough at bat for him. 1 down for Dante DeSabatino. He flew out his first time up. That one's upstairs. First issued by Derrer, as he has now gone through the Aston Valley order once, just like D'Ambrosio did, with significantly different results. Gonzalez has stopped throwing. He's sat down in his folding chair. Domian swings, first pitch, pops it up, foul, but that'll get out of play. Oh, 1 fouled back out of play again. Home plate umpire awaiting a shipment of baseballs. Derrer looks in, 0-2 the count to Matt Domian. 1 down, 2 aboard here in the fourth. Domian takes, just missing. Is Derrer. 1-2 the count. Can't see the Aston Valley bullpen. All we can really see is the catcher. Nobody out there right now. We're going to try to keep an eye on it. We don't know how much Trevor Jump is set to throw tonight as Domian fouls off another one. If this is a regular start for him to go as deep as he can, or if he's on some sort of limit. The 1-2. That one's hit in the air to left. Coming in on it is Berman, but going back on it is Query. And he's the one that'll make the catch. And there are 2 away.
Now batting for the Knights, the second baseman, number 5, Jared.
So Jared Carney walked in the first, a solo home run in the third. Carney 5 out of 12 in the series. Four RBI, 4 Vince Gasparo leads it off for Upper Darby here in the fourth. First pitch from Trevor Jump. Swung on, hit on the ground to first. Issued by to go with 4 strikeouts.
The third baseman, number 4, Max Anastasio.
There's Max Anastasio, 1 for 1 with a run scored. Ricciardi ducks out of the way. Pitch was inside, it's 1-1. If he gets aboard, Matt Query waiting on deck.
Mr. Greenwich, right?
Ricciardi swings, fouls it off. So he stays alive. 1-2 the count to the designated hitter for the Blue Sox. Jump from the stretch, kicks and delivers. That one is swung on, it's hit a long way. But Tazi from center is over, and Ivy, the right fielder, drops the ball. Ricciardi safe at first. Berman goes to third. Another error by Quentin Ivy. That should have been it for Upper Darby here in the fourth, but new life. Well, defense may win championships, but you really hope it doesn't cost you one. 9 errors by Upper Darby in the series, 7 by Aston Valley in the course of 4.5 ball games. First pitch to Query, a called strike. Five here on the East Coast. Query swings. That one is through the infield for a base hit. Berman will score. Ricciardi to second. It's now 3-2 ball game on an RBI single for Matt Query.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the center fielder, number 3, Sammy Berman.
That will be an unearned run. So Sammy Berman, top of the order. Third time to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. First pitch, strike for Trevor Jump. And this is where plays like, the dropped fly ball or not making a play on a foul ball, they start to build up. Trevor Jump should have been out of this inning 2 batters ago. And now he's throwing pitches you didn't want him to throw, and that one's in the dirt and gets away, and the runners are going to move up. So now Upper Darby's got the tying run 90 feet away, and the go-ahead run in scoring position with 2 outs. But if Jump has a pitch limit that he's restricted by, or where he's going to start to tire, he's getting there faster than you imagined, and you don't want to get in the bullpen if you don't have to. But then Berman rips one. It's down the line into right field. The throw home is not in time. 2 runs have scored, and Upper Darby's back on top, 4-3. It's a 2-run single by Sammy Berman. The throw by Ivy was a good one, just not quite in time.
The first baseman, number 13, Joe Supa.
And just like that, Upper Darby back on top. Fifth hit of the ball game for the Blue Sox. Supa to the plate, 0 for 1. First pitch swinging, hits that one out to right field. Ivy waits for it. He squeezes this one, and that will retire the side, but Upper Darby back on top. 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error, a critical error, and they leave 1. We're through 4. Upper Darby leads it 4-3. It's like a championship bout here at O'Hara as we head to the 5th. Upper Darby strikes first. Aston Valley answers, and the Blue Sox punch right back. It's 4-3 Upper Darby. Here in the top of the 5th, Aiden Duda leading it off, takes ball 1. Duda reached on an error in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd, scored on the home run by Lesher. He swings and misses. It's 1-1. Duda, Lesher, and Ivy do up here in the 5th inning. That's on the ground to short. Query over to first in time. The Upper Darby had some momentum, and then they were reeling, and then all of a sudden now find themselves 8 outs from their first ever title in their 2nd attempt. The Blue Sox last reached the final in 2007. Lesher homered his last time up, was hit by a pitch his first time up. And that's how you get back at a pitcher who hits you. You take him deep, he takes ball 1. Pitch is low, 2-0. There are a lot of sports you can play, a lot of sports you can watch, and they're all, well, most of them are fun in their own right. But the thing about baseball, as Lesher takes strike 1, every single batter that comes to the plate for Aston Valley represents the tying run. One swing of the bat can change the game in many ways, big and small. Lesher takes one close. It's a ball. Aston Valley out of the 4th inning with no harm, and then a fly ball drops to the ground. A couple batters later, they're on the edge of extinction as Lesher draws a walk. So he's been aboard all 3 times. Second walk of the game issued by Derrer, who, despite struggling a little bit, finds himself the pitcher of record in position for a win. Quentin Ivy swings and misses. Ivy 0 for 2, hit into a double play and flew out, and he's got 2 errors in this ball game, one of which led directly to the 3 Upper Darby runs as he takes a ball. So he will want nothing more than to redeem himself, but he can't try too hard to redeem himself, as he has to kind of stay within himself. He's got the tying run aboard, just make good contact. Chops that one over to third, however. The throw to Tyson for 1, back to first in plenty of time. It's another double play around the horn, 5-4-3, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, just the walk, but it's erased on the double play. Upper Darby back to the plate, suddenly just 6 outs away from glory. It's Upper Darby 4, Aston Valley 3. You are listening to the decisive Game 5 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Steve Tyson leads it off for Upper Darby, takes a called strike. Trevor Jump back out there for the 5th. 0-2 now. Tyson takes strike 2. Singled his last time up, walked in the 1st. Upper Darby with a 4-3 lead, trying to add some padding to that one. And got 3 unearned runs in the 4th. Ripped out to short. Lesher can't grab it. It's going to be the 3rd error of the ball game on Aston Valley. Goodness gracious.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the catcher, number 15, Christian Strickland.
I have argued over and over again that defense should not be the first concern of making a baseball lineup, and these teams single-handedly have tried to make me look like a fool. Strickland lays down the bunt. It's a good one. Stretch comes in, fields it, makes a great play to barehand it and throw it to first. Trevor Jump was about to field it. He backed off at the last second. So as soon as I say that, they show some really strong defense. A great play by Jacob Stretch. Runner will go to second, so 1 down on the sack bunt by Strickland. So Vince Gasparo steps in. He is dipped below 500 in the batting average department. Jumps pitch. That one's hit out to second. Carney gloves it, throws it to first in time. Tyson goes to 3rd. So now 2 outs for Alex Berman. Struck out his first time up, walked his second time up, came in to score. First pitch swinging, hits that one out to center field. It's still going, still going. Tazi makes the catch, slams into the wall, holds on to it. A great play by Roman Tazi, and that will retire the side. The Blue Sox threaten, but they do not score. No runs, no hits. 1 error, 1 left. We're into the late innings now. We'll go to the 6th. Upper Darby nursing that 1-run lead, 2 outs from the Charlie Kress Trophy. It's 4-3 Blue Sox. Shane Kelleher, Jacob Stretch, Roman Tazi, 6-7-8 due up. Kelleher takes ball 1. Kelleher takes ball 2. Tom Derrer back out there for his 4th inning of work, top half of the 6th inning. Aston Valley has 6 outs to get a run. It's 4-3 Upper Darby. Here in Game 5, the pitch. Up and in, 3-0. Kelleher 0 for 2. He lined out to second, flew out to center. See the smoke rising from the barbecue behind home plate. At least I hope. It was, again, very, very hot today. Kelleher swings through the pitch, strike 1. It has cooled a little bit. The air's still heavy with the anticipation of who's going to win this game. As Kelleher swings and misses, I had the count wrong. He goes down on strikes for out number 1. Well, we got some blue skies out past right field. We've got some clouds over left field. Well, the sun should not be a factor in this one. The heat still here, but again, not as bad as it was when we first started. As Stretch takes a called strike. He is 1 for 2 with a double. He takes ball 1, 1-1. Just 3 hits for Aston Valley. One of them Stretches double. The other home runs by Carney and Lesher. And that's popped up. Vince Gasparo comes in, comes to his left, waits for it, makes the catch. 2 down. Four outs to go for Upper Darby. So Roman Tazi, he's 0 for 1. He walked in the second. Struck out in the 4th. Made a couple of strong plays out there in center field. Takes the first pitch at the letters for strike. Derrer wrapping up his second time through the Aston Valley order. Dante DeSabatino on deck would be the 9th man in the order. Swung on and missed. Well, after a rocky start, it looks like it's worked out for Tom Derrer. He has settled in the pitch. Taken for a ball. Derrer's first inning, he struck out the first guy he faced. Gave up a home run, victimized by an error. Gave up a home run, but since then, just the hit by Stretch and a couple of walks. Tazi fouls it off out of play. Meanwhile, he allowed his offense and the Aston Valley defense to get him back in the ballgame. Tazi tops that one foul. Again, we're glad you joined us. I know some of you are probably listening from right here at Cardinal O'Hara. But those of you who have tuned in, we appreciate it. We've been glad to bring you every game of this championship series, some playoff games, and the select Delco League Game of the Week throughout the month of July. Pitch from Derrer is upstairs. So Tazi trying to get aboard with the tying run. Turn the lineup over by getting DeSabatino to the plate. The pitch swung on and missed. So Tazi goes down on strikes for the second time. Second strikeout of the inning, 4th of the night for Tom Derrer, and that will retire the side in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. The Upper Darby Blue Sox will come to the plate looking for insurance. They lead it 4-3. You're listening to Game 5 of the Delco League Finals here on DelcoLeague.com. Max Anastasio to lead off the sixth for Upper Darby. Takes a couple of balls. It's 2-0. Trevor Jump on the mound for Aston Valley. Somebody throwing in the bullpen. He needs to keep it where it is. It's 4-3 in favor of Upper Darby. And that's up and in. Anastasio gets out of the way, 3-0. Upper Darby looking for some insurance, but they'll need 3 outs to win the title. There's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk to Max Anastasio. 4th walk of the game issued by Trevor Jump. Getting some reports from the bullpen. Kyle Maxwell, the Game 4 starter 2 days ago, struck out 10 in his outing. Did not factor into the decision. The heat kind of got to him a little bit. Now, he squares to bunt. And pulling it back is Ricciardi, so ball 1. Could also be Chris Murphy if he's got anything in the tank, as Ricciardi bunts 1 foul. He had one of the more dominant pitching performances you're going to see in a championship series. Struck out 11 with a 2-hit shutout. That was after throwing a 1-hit shutout with 10 strikeouts the week before in the semifinals. Jump from the stretch. The runner goes. The 1-1 popped up on the infield. Hustling a quick retreat as Anastasio as Domian catches it. Just over the line in fair territory. So 1 down for Matt Query.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, the shortstop, number 12, Matt Query.
First pitch to Matt Query. Taken for ball 1. There's the throw. Back safely, Anastasio. He's at first with 1 down in the 6th. Up and in. That pitch misses. And that was outside, so Query draws the walk. 5th of the game issued by Jump.
Now batting for the Blue Sox, center fielder, number 2, Jamie Berman.
There's going to be a conversation as Jared Carney, assistant coach / second baseman, and catcher Aiden Duda are joined on the mound by Mark Spiro. First and second, 1 out. It is absolutely critical for Aston Valley to keep things where they are, trailing 4-3 with just 1 turn left at the plate. Sammy Bowman to the plate. He is 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. That single in the 4th drove in 2 runs. It is the difference in this one. We'll talk about MVP candidates. He's on the list. First pitch popped up. It's down the left field line, but it's foul. With the left-handed hitting Berman at the plate, Kelleher shaded towards left center, had a long run, but The ball goes foul. Now jump steps off. He comes set. The 0-1. Taps it foul. The 0-2 pitch. Berman takes low. Just past 7 o'clock here in Springfield, or I believe technically Marple Township. Pitch hit out to left field, drops in front of Kelleher for a base hit. They're going to have to hold Anastasio. A great throw in by Kelleher. Another base hit for Sammy Berman. The bases are loaded. There's one out. And now former league MVP Joey Supa at the plate. An opportunity to add some much desired insurance for Upper Darby. Nobody throwing in the bullpen for the Blue Sox. You imagine that it's Derer's game. Although, if you're a fan of narrative, you absolutely want to see Johnny Gonzalez out there on the mound in the 7th inning. I must remain impartial, but I do have a narrative jersey at home. Supa swings first pitch. Gets by him, 0-1. It's a big giant pennant on the wall. Go narrative. But Gonzalez currently sitting in a folding chair enjoying the game. What more do we want from him? 5 innings on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday. What's one more on Friday? And that one goes to the backstop. Supa quickly remembers that there's a man on third and gets out of the way, but Anastasio didn't stray more than a few feet from the bag. Another one of those cyclone fence backgrounds. There's no windscreen on this one, so it has a little more bounce to it. Not a lot of foul territory. So on a pitch that goes straight to the backstop, you're generally not going to have an opportunity to score unless you're already in motion. The pitch from jump. Hit out to center. It's a base hit. Anastasio scores. They're waving Berman, or Query rather, and the ball gets away. Here comes Sammy Berman. He will score. All 3 runs come home. A 2-run single and another error by Aston Valley. It's 7-3 Upper Darby. That is going to be it for Trevor Jump. All in all, a pretty good outing for him. He is the beneficiary of some, well, whatever the opposite of a beneficiary is, of some pretty bad luck in regards to fielding. We're going to bring you the pitching change in just a moment. 3 runs across here in the 6th. Upper Darby leads 7-3. New pitcher for Aston Valley is Jared Carney. First pitch, Steve Tyson swings and fouls it off. Carney comes in from second base. And Dante DiSabatino goes from the DH role. He'll play second base. Tyson swings a line drive to Lesher at short. Supa beats a hasty retreat to second. Got the scoring decision. That will be a 3-run double for Joey Supa. So Strickland comes up with 2 down and a man in scoring position. He swings. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Rounding third is Supa. He's going to score. Kelleher fields it. Digging hard for second base. The throw not in time. An RBI double. It's 8-3, and they can feel it in that third base dugout. So Vince Gasparo steps in 0 for 3 on the night. But he's got a man in scoring position. And that closes the line on jump. As Gasparo takes a strike. 8 runs, 5 of them earned in 5 1/3. He allowed 7 hits, struck out 5, walked 5. Uncorked 1 wild pitch. Gasparo takes the ball. Carney winds on the ground at first, but off the hill foul. Should Gasparo get on? Alex Berman would be the 9th man to bat for Upper Darby in the 6th. 4 runs across, a 5-run lead for the Blue Sox. And the champagne tray has certainly shifted to that side of the stadium, so to speak. There is no champagne tray, there is no stadium, but you all know what I mean. The pitch. That one is tapped down the first base line. Domian fields it, but it's foul. So we'll do it again. The pitch. Just getting a piece of it is Gasparo, and then it gets a piece of him. So he stays alive. Courtesy runner out at second base, by the way, for Christian Strickland is Sean Donahue. He has been the go-to courtesy runner with 2 outs. Pitch. Called third strike, so Carney gets Gasparo looking to end the 6th inning. But boy, oh boy, is the damage done. 4 runs for the Blue Sox. They do it on 3 hits and 2 walks. There were no errors. And they leave 1 on base. The Upper Darby Blue Sox 3 outs away from their first Delco League Championship. It's Upper Darby 8, Aston Valley 3. We'll be right back with the top half of the 7th inning here on DelcoLeague.com. First pitch strike to Dante DeSabatino, the last chance saloon for Aston Valley, trailing by 5. DeSabatino swings and misses. Tom Derrer trying to finish it out in his 12th inning of work in the series. Bit of an odd stat line, but he's about to get the job done if he can finish it off. DeSabatino fouls it out of play. It'll be DeSabatino and then the top of the order, Matt Domian and Jared Carney, the two vets for the Knights. Derrer winds the pitch. On the ground to second, Tyson gloves it, spins, fires, can't get the runner. And the throw goes all the way to the backstop. So that is going to be an infield single and an error. As Tyson ranged all the way to his left, I was about to say a great play just to field it, but then the throw. It's very difficult to throw it off the backstop behind home plate on a ground ball to second. But that's what just happened. So the Knights don't care how it happens. That is just the 4th hit of the ball game for Aston Valley. 3rd error for Upper Darby. They need base runners. So Domian takes a called strike. He is 0 for 3 on the night. Would love to break that duck. The pitch. Takes it low, 1-1. The Aston Valley dugout down the first base side. A lot of heads hanging right now. The Upper Darby dugout on its feet, ready to pounce in celebration. The pitch right in the middle of the back. Domian takes that one. I did just say by any means necessary, but he probably would have preferred that not to happen. And that will bring the entire Upper Darby infield together as they have a chat, and there's Gonzalez getting loose again. Jared Carney due up. He's now the pitcher. He's 1 for 2. Walk and a home run. It's a 5-run lead. It's Upper Darby 8, Aston Valley 3. 3 outs away from the title. Derrer from the stretch. First pitch to Carney, misses. Derrer kicks and delivers. Carney takes ball 2. Aiden Duda on deck. He's 0 for 3, but he's been aboard twice on an error and has scored a run. The pitch. On the ground to third, but foul. So 2-1 the count. Now we're sitting next to a line of trees, so our perspective is skewed a little bit, but it seems like it's starting to get a little darker, a little quicker as we've just gotten past 7:15. We've been playing for an hour and 50 minutes here at O'Hara. It's flown by. Carney swings, pops it up down the left field line. Will it stay in play? It will. Alex Berman catches it in foul territory, and the runners come back. Upper Darby now 2 outs away. That is a frustrating out for Carney. If he could have yanked it a little more, it would have been out of play. Instead, it's an out. So Aiden Duda steps in. First pitch, swung on and missed, 0-1. He will be followed by Brett Lesher. That one's towards first base. Super catches it, steps on the bag, it's over! The Upper Darby Blue Sox have won their first Delco League Championship. An unassisted double play by Joey Supa. Who else out at first base? And that will snuff out the rally for Aston Valley. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. The final score, Upper Darby 8, Aston Valley 3. The Blue Sox, in their second trip to the finals, have won their first Charlie Kress Trophy. And President Nick Ducombe will deliver that to manager Dave Jordan and the Blue Sox. Team that's really kind of come into their own the last couple of years. And they get to do it in come-from-behind fashion in more ways than one. Kind of dead in the water after Game 3, getting demolished by the Knights. Fell behind, took the lead, blew it in Game 4. Aston Valley had 2 chances with the championship-winning run in scoring position. Couldn't get it home. They ride Johnny Gonzalez to a Game 4 win. Then in Game 5, find themselves behind early, take advantage of a defensive miscue, and then put it away with a 4-run 6th. And then in the end, it's their former MVP, Joey Supa, with the game season-ending double play. As Matt Domian, all he did was take a lead off first, and that ball off the bat of Aiden Duda ended up right in Supa's glove, and he high-stepped it to the bag to start the celebration. The team shake hands around home plate. Congratulations to Upper Darby. A great season for the Blue Sox, and it ends the only way they wanted it to from the start, with a trophy. The first time in franchise history they will lift that trophy. For the Blue Sox, 8 runs on 7 hits. They made 3 errors, and they've left 6 on base, 1 in every inning. For the Knights in defeat, 3 runs, just 5 hits. They also made 3 errors, and they left 6 on as well. The winning pitcher, Tom Derrer, goes 2-0 in the series. Gives up 3 runs, all of them earned, on 5 hits. He strikes out 4, walks 2, hits a batter. Now for the series, he allowed 13 runs in 12 innings, or rather 11 runs in 12 innings.
Ladies and gentlemen, Delco League President Nick Ducombe.
12 strikeouts.
Trophy, the Upper Darby manager, Dave Jordan.
They're doing the trophy presentation in front of that third base dugout.
Congratulations to the Blue Sox for being the 2021 Delco League champion.
We'll see who they've named. Who gets named the MVP, the Dick's Sporting Goods MVP of the series. As far as I'm concerned, you've got 2 options for that award. If you're looking offense, Sammy Berman hit .412 in the series with 3 doubles. He also drove in 5 runs, scored 3 more. Then you've also got Johnny Gonzalez, went 1-0, a 2.84 ERA, 12 1/3 innings pitched, including that 9-inning win in Game 4. But Tom Derrer as well tossed 12 innings in the series. Allowed just 12 hits. Pitched to a 4.67 ERA if that's something that matters to you. 12 strikeouts, 5 walks. hitters. Hitters hit .226 against Derrer in the series. The Aston Valley players file up the first base line. The Upper Darby team taking its team photos with the trophy. We'll see if we can get you that MVP announcement before we go off the air. But regardless, again, we thank you for joining us throughout the series, throughout the season. Your final score here in Game 5, Upper Darby 8, Aston Valley 3. The Blue Sox claim the Charlie Kress Trophy for the first time. Their second finals appearance. And they win it in front of their home crowd here at Cardinal O'Hara. In the end, that home field advantage turned out to help them as they battled back from a 2-1 series deficit. They trailed at some point in all 5 games of the series. And yet never let themselves get too far down. And the party is just getting started. It's Friday night in August. I have a feeling that party might go on for quite a little while, if not here at O'Hara, at maybe some other establishment somewhere nearby. But we're going to sign off. You can get all the details, the final coverage of this one at delcoleague.com. They'll have stories from the Daily Times. They'll have the announcement of the MVP, a couple of post-game interviews, assuming the daylight allows for it. But your final score, Upper Darby 8, Aston Valley 3. I've been Joe Greenwich, bringing you the action for the last month and a half. It's been a pleasure, and we thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you next summer all across Delaware County. Thanks for tuning in, and please have a good night.